Okay, you guys, this is our little next YouTube video. I try not to make it too long, too boring, but it's just about the lenses I chose for the 80D for YouTube videos and photography also. So it will be a mix of both. Some people will definitely have different choices. I'll try to describe the lens a little bit and what I'm going to intend to use it for. Right now, you are viewing the video through the 24mm APS-C pancake lens. Nice little lens, slightly redundant for me, but for video it's a really nice lens, as you guys can see. Okay, let's get the after the pancake lens, the 24mm. Very inexpensive price. I think about $150. You cannot go wrong if you have an APS-C size sensor, and you might want to walk around like this, which might be about 38mm equivalent on a full frame. Some of you guys understand what that means, and it is irrelevant for other people, but that's some of the information out there. Okay, very lightweight, well built, more than adequate sharpness, and being 2.8, decent low light for video. Okay, even in a tight range like this, I think from the table to the tip of the lens, about 2 feet. Okay, so this is working just fine for this application. Next smallest size lens in weight and diameter would probably be this one right here. Okay, this is the 50mm 1.8, and this is for full frame or APS-C. Probably handle a little bit better on full frame. Might not be will be a hair less sharp overall from edge to edge because it's designed for full frame. So you might have to step it down for slightly more sharpness on APS-C, possibly 2.2, 2.5 or higher, depending upon what you're looking for out of the lens. But it can get you a nice shot in low light situations. Should have decent bokeh, and for $125, I don't know how you're gonna go wrong. Also has a STM motor in here, no stabilization, nice on-off switch, good feeling. I believe the two I discussed first, the 24 and the 50, are going to be focused by wire, so they might not be as accurate as other lenses. Alright, some of them have shorter throw, longer throw, but this is a really nice lens to have in your kit, even if you have a full frame. Okay, for $125 and the $150 for the first one, I honestly don't know how you're going to go wrong. Nice lenses. One of the downfalls of the Canon lenses that I'm going to show you is they don't come with lens hoods. And I would rather have a Canon one than with the Canon lens than another one for my photography. But you can get lesser expensive ones. They are out there. Okay, I figure I'll let you know. Great lens. It's gonna do really good in a lot of situations. I have yet to test my equipment, but I just want you to see my choices for now. This is 80mm equivalent on a full frame, closer to an 85. So nice stuff. Okay, for night video, stuff like that. Faster. Stop plus, maybe a stop in the third plus, faster than 2.8. Okay, definitely nice stuff. Okay, next one in size, not what I'm using for, but this one. Not everybody needs one of these, but some people are very interested, especially people that do enough photography. They're very interested in a wide angle. This is create some stunning photography and stunning video. But because of the small aperture for, I believe on here, what it says here, I have to take a look at it. It should say here, excuse me, it's f4.5 to 5.6. Not a large aperture, and you're going to need good light for this one. For shooting video anyway. Because you got to maintain your speed, 30 frames per second. If you want to shoot good video for YouTube, so you're going to need good lighting for this lens, if that's what you intend to use it for. Other than that, if you're using it for photography, you're going to need a monopod, tripod, or something like that in certain situations. Okay, if you don't have adequate lighting. Again, I have yet to test these lenses, but this is a very interesting lens. All the three I showed you so far are interesting. These lenses are so light, it's ridiculous. They are on par with some mirrorless systems. If you use ADD body like I'm using in these three lenses, this is ridiculous the way it's that light. Okay, and the performance is not lacking. Might you have to step it down in the situation a little bit, third stop, half stop, full stop? Yeah, if that's what you need, if you're a pixel people like myself sometimes, yeah. You might have to do that, yes. This one also interesting, has stabilization. That can help possibly a stop or more. I'm not sure, I didn't push this, and I don't want to exaggerate saying, oh, you're going to get 2 or 3 stops, because I don't know. But I'm thinking you're going to get at least 1 stop, and that could be helpful, okay? Excuse me. Lowering your light for photography, or even possibly video. Actually for video, not necessarily. That goes by the aperture. Stabilization, excuse me, should be helping for photography, not necessarily video. Okay, maybe holding the shot still, but not for ISO performance. Okay. All right, next one in size. After you see the first 3 I got, the next one I actually got was the kit lens, which is a nice, stunning lens. This is a, and I should hesitate to say kit because they got a couple of kit lenses. Excuse me. They have an 18 to 55. They have STM, and this is the Nano USM motor on here. This is the really nice one. I have yet to even use it, but I'm believing the price of $600 retail is going to start to imply some of the sharpness, quality of the glass in here. I think this one USM, one UL lens in here. I have to UD lens. Excuse me, I'm getting confused between all the numbers. I think it's a UD lens. I have to check that. Okay. This particular lens, I know the lens hood is made in Taiwan, and this one, if I can read it properly, sometimes it's hard to see. I don't see where it's made at on the lens. I would have to look at it a little closer. Let's see if it shows on the, it says here, it doesn't say where it's made. I guess the last place to look. It says made in Taiwan. I see a lot of camera equipment that's made a little bit better. It's not made in Malaysia or China. It's actually made in Taiwan, which is probably a step down from Japan. Okay, so I think I just point that out. All these are plastic, and I remember in 2010 when I bought my first Canon L lens. Actually, it was my second, but I bought the Canon 100mm L, and it was all plastic, and people were really concerned. And from what I saw, and after I bought it, that lens feels like it's practically indestructible. I mean, I wouldn't want to throw it down on the floor for force, but then I wouldn't want to do anything with a metal lens like that also. But I think most people are very happy with that lens, and the plastic material here is very good. I also like the form and function design of this new style. It looks like they're taking or incorporating stuff from the L lenses, but using plastic in the design, form factor, smaller size, and stuff like that. I like what I see. Okay, so I figure I pointed out. This came with the 80D gray market for $1,170. Okay, so, and they were going B&H or wherever locations, $1,500 standard price for this. So I'm not even sure if I got a warranty with this, but I got to test all this stuff, and I'll get back to you guys later. I just want you to see my lens choices. Okay, so you guys are getting a good idea. With the 80D, with this lens, I don't think you're going to get a better kit, starter kit, if that's what you're interested in. Okay, nice walk around range, good for video, great stabilization, and the USM Nano USM motor is going to focus very lovely with the dual pixel AF system on the 80D or 70D or something like that. Okay, really nice stuff. I really like what I see here. I'm not sure about the $600 price. It is a heavy lens. After this, I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, you know what? I would really like a low light lens, and I would really like a zoom lens, and there's my next 2 choices. So I believe I described 4 lenses already, and these are my last 2. First, I wanted the low light because there's too many times we get into a low light situation, and I had a choice between the Canon 17 to 55 and this guy right here. Okay. I remember I went to Indonesia with that 100mm L. That was one lens I had. This was the other lens I had. That was in 2010, and this is the Sigma 17 to 50 f2.8 DC. Got a few other letters on it. EXHSM. I remember I put up a video on this a long time ago. I don't have my photography channel anymore, but yes, that is some of the elements rattling inside. It's a cork on this lens. That was the same exact expression expression I made those days. Now this one came with the lens hood, the Canons I showed you so far. So neat. Knowing that going in, you get an idea what's going on. This is the constant 2.8 to 17 to 55, which is a really nice range. It's not a long range, but for indoors, it's a solid range. As long as you're not shooting too far away, it is a definite solid range. And hopefully you can use your feet, get a little closer if you need some more distance. Nighttime worked very good in 7D in those days, which is the body I had. This particular lens. Want to see how well it'll work with the 24 megapixels because it's demanding. This lens is over 8 years old, and I have no idea how old it is. Could be 9, 10 years old. I think this lens came out prior to the Canon 17 to 55, and the Canon has some great features and a little bit of negative per se reputation. Okay, lock on there. Made that mistake before. Have to lock on. That's on, excuse me. You guys can get an idea what you're looking at the glass. Very lovely in here. I believe 3 FDL in here. It is open on the rear. There is no glass piece, so that is something to definitely consider. You can actually huff and puff some air in it. But I've never heard anybody describe this as a vacuum cleaner. It sucks in all that dust. Lovely stuff, this lens. I've also heard descriptions where the Canon sharp edge, and this is at least a sharp center. Might be a hair more. I don't know. Is it necessary? That's on you, your photography, what style you're doing. But at this price range, $370 new with at least 1 year warranty. 10 years ago, I think this lens came with a 6-year warranty. I don't remember, but we'll see this one or Tamron version came with a crazy warranty that kind of just beat out Canon. And the short story on this one is I went to go buy this lens with the 7D, which I had the 28 to 135 lens on there, and that lens was terrible optically. It had poor resolution, maybe 10 megapixels, and that was on an 18 megapixel body. Could have even been 12, but it was just poor resolution. Even stepping down, I was not satisfied. I thought there was something wrong with the 7D camera. So I tested this one and the 1585 in Unique Photo in Jersey when I was there at the time, and immediately this one won hands down. It took images with the other one. I would have to crank the ISO up. A great experience with this lens. I think you guys will be happy with this lens for the price. I have not tested the 17 to 55 USM, so I just figured I'll let you know. But there is some negative news out there about it, and I felt for the money I didn't necessarily want to take a chance. They just wanted too much money. They wanted $825 for it new, and used it was like, about $5. I think I'd rather have new with a lens I'm used to. Is this the last lens? Yes, it is. These last two just came in delivery today. This is the 70 to 300 USM with the same nano USM technology as this guy over here. So let's see if I can get him in the frame. Excuse me. I think you guys see the similar design where they're trying to minimize it, and it looks a lot like Canon L glass, but not aluminum housing. It has the plastic housing, but really nice form factor, minimalist design. Looks really nice, and again, I'm not afraid of plastic at all. Yes, the hair more, excuse me, so we get them all in the picture. Now this one again does not come with a lens hood, and I don't think I'll be using the Canon one here because it's so big, that hood. I'm not a wildlife photographer. I'm not worried about a little bit of flare, and I don't like carrying bulky stuff, especially if I'm walking around other people where I'm at a site like a zoo or something, bump into somebody, something like that. So the lens hood on here, it's like, I don't know how long, maybe out to here. Can make a difference if you need a certain shot, but for most people, I don't need it. I love the form factor of the lens hood on there, and on here they're very short, they're very small, so they're kind of cool. I like that. Expensive, $25 a piece average. Boy, Canon is really doing something on the accessories. Kind of should come with the lens, but I get an idea with the pancake and the 50 millimeter, and even the wide angle, the 10 to 18 millimeter. That would be equivalent 16 millimeter on the wide side. That's a good thing. That 16 is important. I've needed that numerous times. What else to say about here? This one has electronic display. I like certain ideas that they're doing here. Oh, lock is on there too. Where's the lock? There it is. Down. Single barrel. Nice, not a double barrel. Oh, almost no play on there. That's really nice. That's first impressions. Nice construction. Heavy, pound and a half or so. I'm not sure. Have to look up the grams. But lighter than per se a 7300L. Could be a pound less, and a hell of a lot less in the price. I was very, very lucky to happen to find a gentleman who said the lens is new with the paperwork, original box, bought from Canon last year, very late December sometime, and he never mounted the camera, and I was like, ooh, that's nice. And I got it for dirt cheap, like $335, which this lens goes for I think 500 or so, or possibly a hair more. Nice lens. Canon has really thought about their video and photography setup, and they did a nice job. They're doing a great job with the AAF. With the APS-C size sensors, you have to work harder, lower ISO. I'm carrying a monopod with me. I have a really nice tripod if I ever need it. My technique's going to change from full frame. They're going to make me earn the shot. And certain ones I won't be able to get because I won't have fast enough glass. Where they can let low light, use a higher shutter speed. So I'll have a little more difficulty than with a full frame. Things were so nice and easy with a full frame. They were just heavy, bulky, and a really large price. And also not quite a deterrent to people looking at your stuff saying, you know, I might want to have what he has, and not thinking the right stuff. Maybe they want to take it from me, something like that. So this is really great. The price range on here is outstanding on the 6 lens I showed you with the 80D. I think I spent about $1,000 less than a brand new 5D Mark III. What was that? I don't know, 7 years ago or so when it came out. I paid my money up front and waited like 3 months for that body to come out. What was it, March, April, whatever, when it came out. And they started shipping. They didn't ship mine. I called the next day with it was shipped out and tracking number, and I got mine from B&H. One of my favorite stores to shop. Good prices, good service, especially if you know what you're talking about. Okay? Yeah. Okay, I don't have anything else. I don't have the lens hood from here. I'm looking for a shorter one just because my style of photography, I don't want anything to bump into other people on this one here. I gave you guys all the choices I'm going to use. Let you see what I like, what I dislike. Again, the 24mm pancake is on the and that would be the 18. It's on the camera, the 80D, which is what I'm recording right now. And you see 5 there. This is my lens choices for the Canon 80D photography and video shooting, combination thereof. This one is the one that might make the 24mm redundant, but really not, because it's heavy. She's got some good weight to her. The 24mm has no weight to it. Again, constant, and it's going to act like a 38mm. So it can be a nice, fun lens for both photography and video. So maybe it doesn't make it as redundant as one would sound. If you don't want to carry a lot of weight, and you're not sure you're going indoor, at least you carry 24mm for emergencies, and you can leave the heavier guy home. Okay? I hope I gave you guys enough interesting information, kind of thoughts, what I think on the lenses, kind of why I bought them, and a bit of how I'm going to use them. I will see you guys in the next one. Enjoy yourself. Best of luck with your photography. Last thing to say is Nikon has a lot of stuff like this. I've used the 7200. I've used the D750. I really like on the 750 the 1.8G lenses. Really nice stuff. The 20mm 85 1.8G, and I had a couple other lenses. Tamron I used to walk around. I think it was a 16 to 300, something like that. somewhere in that range. Really nice stuff. If you just straight photography and you're a Nikon user, I would say go for it. Go get your Nikon stuff. But if you're interested in Canon, you're doing both like I am for my YouTube videos, and you're really interested in the video, this could be a really nice way to go. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.